Get out of the way! What a shameless man! He actually wanted to get something for nothing. Yang Zifeng's face turned pale and blue, and he became angry and embarrassed. Miss Su, men and women are equal now. You marry me, but you don't want to give anything and just want me to be an ATM. You have a flat chest. Even if you are willing to pay me, I still don't want you. You deserve to be single. She was so angry that she laughed. She suddenly picked up the water cup on the table and splashed it on his face, saying angrily, "Your master must be Erlang Shen. How can you bark like that? A good dog doesn't block the road." Having just been sprayed with coffee and now splashed with cold water, Yang Zifeng could no longer bear it. He yelled in anger, "Bitch, you actually called me a dog in front of me! Let alone scolding you in person. If you can't hear clearly, I can still carve your name on the tombstone. It's unlucky to meet trash like you." At first, I thought he was a gentle and elegant man because he looked so gentle. Who knew that his mind was full of rubbish? Su Jinhuan didn't want to scold such a person, so she raised her feet and hurried away. "Stop right there! I bought this suit for tens of thousands of wen. You have to compensate me for the clothes before you leave." Yang Zifeng was so angry that he yelled, "How about I give you my life as compensation, you pathy?" Su Jinhuan snorted with contempt, not bothering to pay attention to him. "Don't go!" Yang Zifeng was about to chase after him when he suddenly felt a weight on his shoulders. "Hey!" A powerful palm pressed down on his shoulders with such force that it could crush him. Huo Lichen stood up slowly. "How many lives do you have? You dare to scold even my woman?" "What? She is your woman! Mr. Huo, I didn't know she was your woman. Please, spare me. It hurts!" Yang Zifeng's body became shorter and shorter, his pale face filled with fear and terror. He knew from the matchmaker that Su Jinhuan's dowry was very generous, but no one told him that she was Mr. Huo's woman, otherwise he would not have dared to risk his life for a blind date. "If you dare to scold her again?" Huo Lichen narrowed his cold eyes. "I will cut off your tongue, understand?" His tall and slender body exuded a cold and powerful aura, and his powerful aura shocked the entire audience. The man's low and cold voice sounded slowly, so sinister that it made people's spines chill. "I don't dare anymore." "Ah!" Yang Zifeng screamed and was thrown onto the floor with force, rolling to the other side. When he got up painfully, there was no trace of Huo Lichen. "Nuan, you introduced this kind of trash scoundrel to me!" Su Jinhuan left the coffee shop and immediately called Nuan to complain. "You want to put me in trouble? Your request is too special. There are not many men who are willing to get married right away. I will ask my aunt for you to see if there are any men suitable for you in her marriage agency." Nuanyu's innocent and helpless voice came from the phone. Nuanyu is Su Jinhuan's college classmate and good friend. Her aunt runs a marriage agency, and Yang Zifeng was recommended by her aunt. She thought he was a potential stock, but he turned out to be a rotten thing inside. Su Jinhuan knew that her request was a bit harsh. She clenched her fists slightly and said sadly, "If I hadn't been desperate, I wouldn't have gambled my marriage." "I understand. I have saved 50,000 yuan by living frugally over the years. You can ask for it any time if you need it," Nuanyu said readily. "Nuanyu, thank you." Su Jinhuan was very grateful, but she would not use her money. Su Jinhuan hung up the phone, turned, and walked towards the dark alley. After passing through the dark alley, she reached her workplace. "Huh? Someone is following me." After she took a few steps, she found someone following her. Could it be that we were being robbed? Her heart suddenly tightened and her back felt cold. She wondered if she had been robbed. The steady steps with a strong sense of oppression quickly came behind her. "What do you want to do?" Su Jinhuan nervously grasped her bag, turned around suddenly, raised the bag, and hit him hard. The man's powerful hand easily grabbed her wrist and pushed her back, slamming her petite body against the wall of the dark alley. His tall and slender body easily pinned her down. A teasing hook appeared on his sexy lips. "One night of love is 100 days of grace. Is this how you treat a man you've had sex with?" Huo Lichin? It turned out to be him. He really was haunting her. He was the heir to the Huo group. How could he be so idle, hanging around in front of her all day? Reports from outside that he was a workaholic seemed to be nonsense. Su Jinhuan struggled hard for a few times, but her tiny strength was like an ant trying to shake a tree in front of him. She could only sigh that it was all in vain. Are you sick? You keep following me like a ghost. What do you want? She bit her lower lip and glared at him angrily. He kept trying to forget what happened that night, but she reminded his every now and then, as if he was afraid that he would forget it. I suffered from insomnia for 3 consecutive nights. Huo Lichin's black eyes, like a deep pool, gradually ignited with blazing flames as if they wanted to burn her to ashes. What does your insomnia have to do with me? Su Jinhuan's heartbeat got out of control again. Her nervous eyes were as bright as shining stars, and her voice became soft and sticky. He lowered his head and slowly leaned towards her. His deep and rich voice revealed a lazy, sexy, and strong voice. Of course it's your business. You caused me harm. I want compensation. His fiery eyes captured her slightly trembling red lips, and the domineering but pleasant masculine scent instantly lingered in her nostrils. You scoundrel bastard! Realizing what he wanted to do, she anxiously turned her face away, trying to dodge. But how could a little rabbit that was being targeted escape the prey of a ferocious beast? In just a moment, her soft red lips were grabbed, and the gentleness revealed a hint of fierce tyranny like a ferocious beast. It is rumored that he is a workaholic, cold and abstinent, with a naturally elegant, aristocratic temperament, and inherits the most noble and supreme domineering power in the world. Apart from him, there is no other Huo Lichin in the world. You're lying. Whoever said he was an ascetic, come here and she promises she won't beat him to death. His domineering aura, it takes my breath away. A feeling as sweet as honey spread in Su Jinhuan's heart, dissipating her struggling strength and making it impossible for her to escape no matter what. His kiss, like poison mixed with honey, I can't avoid it. The charming atmosphere fills the quiet, dark alley, and the pounding heartbeat and rapid breath continue to echo in the air. Until a soft and confused voice came from the alley. Mom, look, what are the uncle and aunt doing? The mother quickly reached out to cover the baby's eyes, blushing and saying softly, Don't look, goblins are fighting. The innocent baby tilted his head and asked curiously, Is it fun to see goblins fighting? Mom and Dad also like goblins fighting. Shh, stop talking, let's go away. The mother quickly picked up the baby and walked away quickly with a blushing face. How embarrassing. This person is endless. Ugh, I can't push it at all. Su Jinhuan felt very embarrassed. She immediately pushed the man who trapped her and bit him. Huo Lichin, you hooligan! Asshole! Su Jinhuan was so embarrassed that she quickly pushed away the man who was trapping her, grabbed her messy clothes, and ran away. Su Jinhuan, you are the woman I like. You think you can run away? Huo Lichin stood tall and strong in the alley with his cold and stern body, staring at her back with eyes as fiery as fire, full of a ferocious and predatory aura like a wild beast, the corners of his sexy lips slightly curled up. Can she, the person he wants, escape?